let me submit the flowers of tears to the lotus feet of Lord Muruga at the outset. Good afternoon to everyone. Movement in human life is inevitable. Without movement, all beings in this world are incomplete. When you move, you bring in life. When you move, you bring in energy. When you move, you manifest so many hidden things of philosophy. Let me tell you, in English literary criticism, there is an area called archetypal criticism, which traces back the root of the things we research. Arche means ancient, type means modern. Going back to the ancient model. Babies sleep in cradle. When you rock the cradle, they sleep. And we must wonder why this movement of the cradle makes the babies sleep. You go back to the mother's womb where the baby was nurtured. When every step of the mother, left to right or right to left, the uterus inside the womb is moving this way, left to right. This movement is deeply conditioned in our human mind, in the subconscious mind. Whenever we have that movement, we go to sleep, irrespective of an infant or a 70-year-old man. This is the basis of all bhavas in a dance. When you dance, you manifest bliss. This bliss takes you to a level of ecstasy. That ecstasy takes you to some higher abode. This is the basic idea of a dance. It is a supreme symbol of material and spiritual life. The navarasas you express in a dance, the movements you manifest in a dance, share your inner ideas to others. Only the dance, unlike philosophy or reading, writing or anything, share your ideas with others. The dance of Tamil origin has 11 types. I am not going to give all the details of these 11 types. I'll only tell you the two types of dance which Lord Muruga took from Kodai and Thudi. Kodai Kuthu and Thudi Kuthu. This Kodai Kuthu comes out when there is a happiness out of a conquer. Kodai Kuthu comes under these 11 dances. These 11 dances are confined into 3 dances, namely Vendi Kuthu, Vasai Kuthu and Vinoda Kuthu. Let's not get into the etymological meanings of these terms. Vendi Kuthu is out of victory over rivals and prize of kings. The Asura finds it difficult to oppose Muruga, giving up all the weapons. On seeing this, Muruga is filled with a victorious spirit. He starts dancing the dance of valor, holding the umbrella, the kodai, in an inclined position. Please picturize that in your mind. I don't have PowerPoint presentation. And that kuthu is called this Vendri or this Kodai kuthu. He starts dancing the dance of valor, holding the umbrella in an inclined position. Adiyarku Nallar, a famous paraphraser of Silappadigaram, brings out that idea very beautifully. An additional piece of information, the Silappadigaram has rich treasure of this dance, bhavanas, stage, acting, everything. In a chapter called Arangetra Kadai, you could get all these ideas about how the backdrops on a stage should be designed, how screens should be brought down, how an actor should act when he gets a stabbing from others, how an actor should manifest his movement when there is a cut on his neck or something like that. This chapter called Arangetra Kadai brings out all these beautiful ideas, rich treasure, packed with the pieces of information of dance. The second Kuthu is Tudi Kuthu. You know the monster Asura, Surabhatma. I'm not going into the story of it. When getting defeated in the war, hides himself in the sea, taking the form of a mango tree. To bring out his evil nature and to put an end to that, Lord Muruga throws that spear, veil, and is killed. One loses, one wins. The winner should celebrate, the loser should lament. This is the law. But when you do that, there is a little tinge of pessimism and optimism. When the winner has his head high, is it not self-protection? Think about it. But when Lord Muruga performs this Tudikut, he is not celebrating the victory as human beings celebrate, but he doesn't kill him, but he gets into his mind and brings him out of the evil. In Tamil there is a beautiful phrase, Taduttarpul. Tadutal, you just check him and then Arulal, shower on him some mercy. When you do that on evil, the evil gets purified. Dance purifies the human soul. And there is another Kuthu called Kuravai Kuthu, where women in circle dance in praise of Lord Muruga. It's a beautiful form of a dance where they just, Kuravai is performed by 7 or 8 or 9 women holding hands together. This Kuravai dance is mostly danced by the people of, the famous Mullai and Kurunji lands. It is further crystal clear that the dance of herdswomen is called Aichiyar Kuravai. On the god of Kannan and of gypsies on Murugan Kuravai. The two dances are an antidote to the expected evils that would happen to them. They just foresee something is going to happen to them. To just put those evils aside, they get into this dance. To quote only one instance from Kumaragurubara's song, he describes a beautiful scene in Mount Kailash, where the little Muruga performs his dance. You just picturize that. I leave it to your imagination when I read this. Sri Kumaragurubara, in one of his songs, explains the dance of Muruga, that is Kuravai Kuthu, with ecstasy. I just read that little explanation. You just visualize that in your mind. I leave it to you. On Mount Kailash, Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati are seated amidst angels, Brahma, Nandi and other saints. A beautiful abode. The Lord and the Goddess shower blessings through their eyes, Netra Diksha. At that time, the child, infant Muruga, comes crawling. Please listen. All these words are having some hidden meanings. Towards the Heavenly Father and Mother. They look at the child with utmost love and affection. The Bala Murugan slowly climbs on the lap of Goddess Parvati. How? Catching hold of the mother's feet, slowly goes up. I suppose you must understand, to reach a level, you must catch hold of the feet of Parvati. Catching hold of her lotus feet and making her lap wet with saliva. Children's saliva are sometimes referred to as nectar. This is the saliva of not an ordinary human infant, but Lord Muruga, infant Muruga. To reach a large chest, the implicit idea to be comprehended here is that only through the goddess a devotee can occupy a seat in the heart of the Lord. Look at that, saliva comes out when you are not in your form, when you are insane, when you get some imbalance, when you are not yourself, when you long for something eatable, saliva secretes. Look at that. And when you have this, this is not an ordinary saliva. The saliva of he wets that lap of Parvati. After having reached the chest of the Lord, the infant Murugan starts dancing. In our homes, the father is there, lying facing the ceiling. The little child crawls over that big tummy and the chest and starts jumping or hopping. This is seen in every household. This is a religious household. So the child looks at the udukai, the drum, in the hands of the Lord. Taking the horn of a pig on the Lord's chest, it beats the drum and happily dances that. It also looks at the Agni on the other hand of the Lord. It jumps on the head of the Lord to take the water of the Ganges to put out the fire. These are all very symbolic, packed with inner meanings. He beats the drum with that horn of the pig and then he tries to pull that water from the Ganges and tries to put out this Agni. There it sees the crescent moon decorated with a snake around. Murugan puts the crescent moon inside the mouth of the snake. The Kundalini Yoga. I don't get into the details of that. The Murugan takes the arugu grass from the garland offered by the devotees of the Lord to feed the deer on the other hand. The deer, the tiger are all symbolic representations. Tiger, the symbol of aggression. Deer jumps from here and there. One more animal is monkey. That's why the mind is compared to the monkey. The deer on the other hand of the Lord. When Murugan does all these, he hops and dances with bliss. Out of this, the holy ash smeared on the Lord's chest is getting up. Murugan's body has been painted with all the holy ash. To get rid of this, he takes bath, jumping and dancing in the water from the head of the Lord. with all his 12 eyes becoming red. The Lord and the goddess are happy, fondling Murugan to see him dancing like this. Kumaraguru Brother talks about that. I am not going to read the Tamil song. Dear friends, what I have read now, each and every word is symbolic. The Agni, the Udukai. Udukai is the sound, principle of the sound. Agni is the principle of light, Nadam and wind. And the deer, the snake, the Kundalini Yoga. Everything is symbolic in this little dance. You know, there is another dance referred to with Muruga, is very good, very adult, you know. These things are by Murugan, or on Muruga. This is a dance of trance, you know what? Trance. The priest of Murugan temple in red attire, holding the way spear, his body smeared with red sandalwood and all that, and he is just jumping he is not himself, he is with some god. He is called Velan as he carries the veil. This dance is a form of Vinodaputra, the 11 types which I have listed in the article. Tolkappiyam talks about this. Veil Meriyadal, the ritual dancing and offering associated with worship of Muruga is of great social and cultural significance to the ancient Tamils. Veriyadal is performed by the priest Velan both in Agam and Puram, that inner life and the outer life. Professor Srinivasan K says, I quote, "Love and war, respectively called Agam and Puram, the inner life which one cannot share with men, and the outer life of action which other man can appreciate and admire or share, that is the dance. Both in the inner life and in the outer life of the ancient Tamils, God Murugan played a vital part. According to them, God Muruga is essentially and finally responsible for the psychological and the physiological problems which cause anxiety and stress to adolescent girls in premarital union of love. They seek the help of Murugan's Velan priest for solution of personal problems. And this Veriyadal goes like this, eradicating the idea. In Tolkappiyam also, as I have already told you, the dance of Muruga or the essential components of this dance is being referred to. You know Valli. Yesterday and today we have enough of this, the concept of Valli. A woman from the gypsy community dresses herself as Valli and seeking the love of Muruga, and so it is called Valli Kuttu. And the gypsies, you know, are not stationed at one place. They move from one place to other place. And you should not fix yourself with one idea that is commitment, that is the symbol here. God Muruga is considered as not only the indomitable word of God, but also an embodiment of love. Friends, there are many other ideas about this dances performed by Muruga and on Muruga. Though there is little information about these dances of Muruga in print, it is a very rich art and philosophy. The prime objective of the dance is to eradicate evil and to be joyful over the victory. Not victory over others, victory over yourself. Yourself. The savior of mankind in Kali Yuga, Lord Murugan, through his Kodaikuttu and Kudikuttu, makes explicit his blessings on his devotees. Those who dance for Murugan's sake are divine and inhabit the realms of the myth and reality. evoking the awareness of the divine beauty that is Muruga. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Srinivasan. I would now like to open the floor to some questions for discussion, either with Dr. Ramasamy or Dr. Srinivasan. Those who wish to ask questions, identify yourself by raising your hands and introduce yourself before you ask the question, please.
Yeah. My name is Sivaladhan. I'm representing a Malachuri Thabon Society in Malaysia. I have one question. For started, I would like to refer to Srinivasan sir. That's a great topic, the dance of Muruga. When we say a dance, I just remember the dance of Lord Nataraja. So, how do you differentiate between the Lord Nataraja and Muruga? What is signified the dance of Muruga, which differentiate with Lord Nataraja? Thank you.
What I conveniently omit, you are pushing me inside here. Thank you for that, and also not thank you for it. Shiva has displayed 108 Tandavas. 108. There's a great breakup in that 108 Tandavas. More than 50 for the angels above, for the Devas. And some 7 or 8, I may not be very precise over the number breakup. There is a breakup. There are 3 dances. He danced for Muruga exclusively, which I am sorry I could not trace anywhere. The difference between the Tandava of Shiva and the dance of Muruga, in your question itself the answer is, Tandava is having a very, very high level of comprehension. Dance by Bala Murugan is to give you, release you from your earthly, mundane worries. And that is maybe a doctor of philosophy, and he is pushing you to the entrance examination for the doctor of philosophy.